it's me, Daphne, and welcome to this Christmassy vlog. I wanted to do a bit of a read with me for the week vlog to see how much I can read in a given week while I'm very busy with fun New York City based activities. So I'm gonna take you along with me for the week. I'm gonna do my best to vlog besides just in the house and maybe like make it less just montagey, but we'll see. I'll narrate the things that I'm doing as I do them. But let's start off by talking about the books that I'm currently in the middle of and get a starting point for the week. All right, so let me tell you about the books that I am currently in the middle of. So I've got a lot going on actively. I'm trying to read some Christmassy books for you guys. So I've started Unwrapped, which I'm hoping is a steamy, verging on smutty read. It's starting out kind of romance focused, not really smut focused, which is fine, just not what I anticipated. A lot of the heroine talking with her parents, and she seems to be college aged. I don't know if she's living at home. I don't know. She's going to the Christmas party of her mom's company where this hot guy is helping his uncle run the company while his uncle's like out of commission. He's like been in surgery or something. And it's their romance or like steamy time. Not really sure the vibe yet. I'm on page 28, which puts me at 11%. And then I barely started a novel, Christmas. I'm on page 15, which is 4%. This is about a woman who has to write a Christmas book. So she's going to the most Christmassy town she can find to do some research, and she's gonna end up meeting this really hot fireman guy. So far, the logic in the book is a little frustrating because her publishing person contact is like giving her a hard time. She's like, yeah, you've published like 15 books in the last 5 years and they've always done really well, but like the reviews aren't as good recently. They're just not doing as well recently. And the lady's like, okay, well, my last book didn't do as well, you know, and they're like reading like subpar reviews. And she's like, but it still has a 4.5 on Goodreads. And I'm like, bish, what do you mean your book's not doing well and you have a 4.5 average on Goodreads? Like Emily Henry's book just won the Goodreads Choice Awards and that only has like a 4.3 and it's the best book of the year. Like you're saying your 4.5 is subpar? Like little details like that when you know something too well is really annoying. But we're gonna overlook and keep trucking along. Hopefully it's not annoying. Sorry, I'm being kind of mean. I'm also reading Little Liars off KU, which is the second book in a dark romance duet. I'm 217 pages into this, which puts me at 53%, and I'm liking it. It's a bit of a rehash of the first book, which I wasn't expecting, but like from the other character's POV for that part of the book. So it's like part one in the first book is from the woman's perspective, and then part two is from the male's perspective, and now we're getting the second book rehashing what happened in the first book, but from the male's perspective, and like now we're kind of at the end of part two, like it skipped a lot of stuff. The timeline is, I don't know, you get like a little bit of extra content, and now we're like past that main conflict and deep into the end of part two, but I know there's like this major like cliffhanger thing that happened at the end of book one that we haven't reached yet to the part that I'm at. So don't know if that made a lot of sense. I'm intrigued to see what happens. I'm reading it mostly for a fun smutty time, and I'm a little bummed out it skipped some of my favorite steamy parts in the first book, but I guess you don't have to rehash every single moment. And then I am still in the middle of this. I am listening to it mostly via audio from the library. Got like 9 days left, so I will likely finish it in this vlog. I better finish it. It's a long book, okay? It's very long. I am on page 251, which is also 53% through. I'm just a little scared, to be honest, because I just don't want to get my heart broken. I'm just scared. Okay? I've got like motherhood stuff on my mind, and Kaikeyi is a mother to multiple boys in this story up to this point. One of them is her actual child, and then the other kids are her like sister wives' children who she treats as her own, and I'm just like scared. I'm just scared of like having a child that you raise and then them turn out a certain way and like things being like, I don't know, I don't want to say too much. I kind of said a lot already. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna run to the gym because I haven't been able to actually run outside because I hurt my knee at my half marathon, which is a vlog that should be out by now. And I've been running on it and like my knee was feeling like it was on fire. So yeah, I was just trying to run and my knee would feel like it was burning. And then my other knee started to hurt as well. So I've been taking time off. I'm probably like at like maybe a week and a half of time off. I'm gonna take the rest of this week off from running, but I really just don't feel the best about myself when I'm not able to move as much as I got accustomed to moving. But yeah, there's definitely been periods in my life where like I've been very, very sedentary and I got used to moving a lot and I just don't like feeling like I'm backtracking into the sedentary lifestyle. So I'm gonna head to the gym and probably hit the cross trainer or like the elliptical, which hopefully is easier on my knees while they still rest and recover and hopefully heal. I think I'm gonna listen to Kaikeyi while I'm at the gym. So I hope you have fun hanging out with me for the next few days, and I will catch you out and about and keep you updated on all my reads. Okay, I haven't really talked to you directly, which I've been meaning to do, but I went into the office today because I need to get my new work laptop set up. Also, I have dinner with Chase and his coworker and his wife today. So I'm walking over to that now, and it's very busy here in Penn Station. I'm kind of early, so I'm thinking I'm gonna walk most of the way there. It's near Central Park. So that's like 50-something street, and I'm at like 34. So we'll see how far I go. I'll probably walk up 7th Ave. That way I can hop on the subway if I change my mind. But yeah, excited to go to dinner. There's always somebody crazy yelling. Just a crazy person. Walking down 7th Ave, or walking up really, towards Times Square, but it's not that cold, and I'm having a great day so far. And just like that, we are in Times Square. I'm just walking and I took a path towards Rockefeller Center, so it's the Rockefeller Tree. This is the tree. Now I can get out of here. This is fucking crazy. felt like sitting somewhere slightly different. We've never sat here before. This is at the dining room table in my seat where I usually eat dinner, which is facing the rest of the apartment and like the side angle of the TV. And then Chase usually sits over here. But anyway, you don't need to know all that information, but I think it's cool that you can like see all the clouds and stuff. So I have updates for you. Today is Wednesday, and I need to talk to you about how my reading has gone. I didn't update you on Tuesday for Monday's numbers because I was busy, as you saw. I went to dinner with Chase and some other people, some lovely people, and we had a great time. I was laughing so hard at some of the stories that were being told. And just had a fabulous dinner. It's not like a vegan spot, but we were able to get away with veganizing a bunch of the sides. And I will say the dishes there were pretty good. That place is known for their seafood. If you love seafood and you're here to splurge in New York City, that's a good option. And it's close to Central Park. Very Upper East Side vibes. For reading updates on Monday, I didn't make any progress in A Novel Christmas and Little Liars. I didn't read those two books, but I did make progress on Unwrapped. I got up to page 69, which puts me at 26% of the way through for that day. And then I listened to Kaikeyi at the gym. I got up to page 282, which put me at 59% of the way through. And I really need to hurry up and finish that book. It's just a little agonizing. I think because the original tale of Kaikeyi, the main character is kind of like the villainized person. So it's almost like Wicked. And I can't lie to you, I saw Wicked the other day and I'm obsessed with the soundtrack. I was binging the soundtrack all day yesterday and like I'm waking up this morning or like trying to fall asleep and it's just like running in the back of my mind, like the whole soundtrack. So, but yeah, it gives that vibe where I think they're trying to like give a explanation or like an alternate reality where the bad guy isn't the bad guy. It is a little agonizing because I just know she's not gonna look good. And then for yesterday, Tuesday's numbers, I continued Unwrapped and got up to page 109, which put me at 41% of the way through. And I continued A Novel Christmas, got to page 37, which was 13%. And I started a Jessica Kane, okay? I usually am like, oh, Jessica Kane or whatever, but I cannot lie. It's entertaining. It's fairly well written. Are the characters crazy? Yes, but like it's well written for smut. It's just, I pick up other things and like writing style and like just as the craft of literature, it's just like not that great all the time. So when I go back to my girl Jessica Kane, I'm like, actually, this is pretty well written. This is very well written for smut, you know what I mean? So I went back to her because she does not disappoint most of the time. But to stay on the Christmassy vibes, I picked up Enticing the Scrooge, which is like this guy, what's his name? The main guy, he's not like Ebenezer Scrooge, he's like the great grandson of Ebenezer Scrooge, but he like lives in this beautiful mansion and he's still a grump, and he needs a wife to get his inheritance. Even though he doesn't really need the money because he's very successful on his own, but just like for the sake of the matter, like he doesn't want the money to go to the bank. He's like, this is my money. He needs to marry someone. And our main girl character, her name's Blessing, I remember that. She's been an orphan her whole life. She's just turned 18 in the normal case with Jessica Kane books. It's just the way it is. You can age them up in your mind if you would like. She takes care of the children. Since the orphanage caretakers died, she's been running it and she's struggling. So she's like begging on the street and she's begging in front of this guy's house and he sees her out the window. And in Jessica Kane fashion, he instantly falls in love with her just for making eye contact with her, and he's obsessed with her, and it's that story, and I am eating it up. I was exhausted last night reading it, so I fell asleep. Otherwise, I would have made a lot more progress. I got up to page 21, and since the book is so short, that puts me at 23%, so the book is like less than 100 pages. Enjoying that as well, and then I didn't make any progress in Kaikeyi or Little Liars on Tuesday. And today's Wednesday, so I will update you on my reading progress tomorrow when I wrap up my reading for the night. All right, so I'm done working for the day, and I was hoping to do some YouTube work with my bookish bestie, Sam, and maybe Eliza. I don't know if she's available, but Sam's been having computer issues, so I'm not sure if we'll be having our little working session today because she's super good at planning YouTube content and I'm just flying by the seat of my pants constantly. Like, I have to edit a vlog that should go up on Thursday if I was gonna stay within the 7 days of posting, but I'm always just a couple days late. We'll see if she's available because I really wanna do better at planning shit in 2025 for you guys so I can just be like really consistent and not just feel overwhelmed with decision fatigue trying to figure stuff out. But I have other fun stuff too that I wanted to show you. I got some fun stickers in the mail for my new Kindle. I don't even think I talked to you about the fact that I have a new Kindle. I got the green one of the Kindle Paperwhite, not the Luxe edition, not the Color Soft either. But yeah, it's so much faster than my other one. My other Kindle was a 2018 version, and now obviously I have the 2024 version. I got some cute stickers for it and I've been planning out the layouts. I'll probably try to shoot a reel/TikTok for it. Otherwise I'd probably just stick the stickers on now. But let me show you the sticker options we're working with. Okay, so I have you on my desk. And let's look at these, they're so stinking cute. I mainly got most of these from the same shop except this one. So I got this Kindle one from this shop, Mia's Making Things. Definitely check her Etsy out. Really pleased with that. And then I got a bunch of these cutesy ones, and this came from this shop, which is Rusmia Creations. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, but she gave me this like freebie bookmark, which has like her information. She like wrote my name on it. Really cute, love that, gonna keep it. Okay, so for editing's sake, I'm just gonna flash them to you really quick and enjoy. I forgot to show you this last sticker. Look how cute this one. This was another freebie sticker. It's more of a shiny versus a matte, as you can see. And I thought it would be perfect for my laptop because if I rest my hand on it, it doesn't matter so much. So stinking cute. So I'm obsessed with these stickers and excited to see what I decide my layout to be. And I'm excited to get some more reading done tonight. I'm feeling more and more invested in all of my reads. I'm having a generally good time with all of them. I just need to finish books instead of just being in the middle of a ton of books. That is the goal for tonight. Good evening. It is Thursday and I have updates for you on how my reading went on Wednesday. I haven't read at all so far today and it's 7 p.m. Clearly it's night because I've been working so hard on editing this vlog from November. It's quite long, but it's so fun and it's a little selfish because it's a lot of memories from my experience prepping for my half marathon that I did in Princeton. Very pleased with that progress, but I haven't had time to read. And I'm gonna go hang out with my neighbor, Monica. She's one of my really close friends here in New York City. We're in the book club together. I talk about her all the time, but I don't show her in the videos that much. And I asked her if it'd be cool if I vlogged a little bit while we were hanging out downstairs. And she said, yeah, I'll probably do a little bit of that. We're gonna wrap some presents and maybe do some like bracelet making or something. Let me tell you about my reading updates really quick. Ending Wednesday, yesterday, I made some progress in A Novel Christmas. I got up to page 58, which put me at 21%. And I'm really enjoying that book. The writing style is like, you know, maybe not the strongest, but the story is interesting. And the male main character, his name is Dorian Black, and he's a volunteer firefighter. He used to be like an NFL player, so he's very rich. He doesn't really need the money. Now that you have money when you're volunteering, but anyway. And he's just such a good man. He like coaches the youth football team. He just does so much for his community. And then I went to Whole Foods yesterday to pick up some groceries, and there were firefighters in the grocery store. Mind you, they weren't like as smoking hot as Dorian Gray is, or Dorian Black is, but I was like really tempted to like get a cheeky little sneaky video of them, cause like everyone looks good in a firefighter uniform. Like it's just so awesome. And there was a woman firefighter too, but like it is quite masculine in my opinion. It's just very, but I had to refrain myself because there's a lot of people in the grocery stores. Like I can't look like a creep. Like it's one thing to like film this way to be like, oh, you know, but to be like this, just, I don't know, it feels different to be horizontal. Enjoying my time with that so far. The two main characters have met each other and there's an instant attraction, but he has a bit of guilt about it because he's a widow. His wife died of cancer 3 years prior to the start of the story, and he just feels really guilty for having any kind of attraction to a woman besides his wife. So yeah, it does open the question of like, okay, why did two very attractive people struggle to date? Like him, it makes sense, but for her, like if she's so smoking hot, which the way he describes her, she is, like, why is she struggling in love so much? You know what I mean? And I think she's probably 30-ish, like based on her career. But yeah, I'm like, why is she single? And then I continued on with Jessica Cain's Enticing the Scrooge, having a lot of fun with that. I'm on page 41 at 45% of the way through. There's not much to say besides the fact that he's groveling. He's doing a bit of groveling, but also he's very demanding as a male lead, as Jessica Cain's men tend to be. Not all of them, but like a fair amount of them. They're just like, you're mine, you know? And I love that. So I'm enjoying myself. And it's steamy and it's great and it's smutty and it's everything that I want from a Jessica Cain book. Plus Christmas vibes because Scrooge. My video is almost done exporting to my hard drive. I'm gonna take my laptop, my gifts for Maddie. I'm doing gift wrapping because our friend Maddie, who's also in the book club, she's having a birthday party tomorrow. Her birthday was like yesterday, and these are her birthday gifts. Let me pack up so I don't keep Monica waiting for much longer because I've been pushing her off since 6 and it's 7:10. So I'll see you in a bit. You're still hanging out with me tonight. She what?
She forgot the damn key to her own apartment.
Yep. I'm sitting on the ground. Monica's standing up there. Because I distracted her. She was excited to get going and she forgot her key, so now we're locked out.
It's not your fault. I just stomped up.
No, it's okay. I was distracted. Sometimes when you're out of your routine, you get distracted. Making some bracelets.
Mine says Honey Crisp.
I ate my acai bowl. Monica made some stuffed mushrooms that I found to be quite delicious, though Monica didn't like them herself.
I just didn't love the vegan cream cheese, so.
Yeah, the brand she chose, she didn't like. So we're gonna keep trying to find some that she likes better.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I think I just need to try a different type of vegan cream cheese. I'm sure that like the Trader Joe's brand is just not for me.
Yeah.
He's trying to have like a heartfelt, like,
He's just a terrible person.
I know, but like just the fact that he's trying to like have a heartfelt like moment with them while also want to get a gun at them.
Yeah. Bracelet is turning out pretty cute. Oh my god! Alright, mine's done. They put him in a box. That's so cool. Walking to Maddie's birthday party. We're close. Oh, I love that.
Question master.
Oh, I love it's Saturday and I have a bunch of updates for you. So Thursday, I really didn't read that much. It was a busy day. I was mostly focused on editing that vlog, which I'm pretty sure I showed you. That's up on my channel that I can link in the corner for you if you want to watch it. It was a labor of love to edit that, but once I got to the race, editing it to that really epic music, it was really fun. So yeah, go check it out if you haven't watched it already. But I didn't read that much because I was like consumed with that after I was done working for the day. And the only book I made progress in was Enticing the Scrooge. I got to page 50, which is 57%. Still really fun. It's short. Usually I'm just gonna read that to like fall asleep to, but I was pretty tired that night anyway after I got home and it was kind of late. So I didn't read that much and I just fell asleep. And then yesterday, Friday, I went to Maddie's place with Monica and my friend from college. Erica joined us as well. We went to Maddie's apartment for her birthday party and I had a fantastic time. She had some like cookie making stations where you like could ice your own sugar cookie, all vegan because Maddie's not vegan, but she doesn't eat dairy or eggs really. So a lot of her non-meat based things are gonna be vegan. So I could eat those. Her cake was vegan, which I really liked. And then we went out to this place called Bowery Electric, I'm pretty sure, which was like a bar with like a stage, but it was pretty low key. There wasn't a lot of people there and it's a small little spot, but it was so fun because they were playing 2000s era music and they just play all the hits of like a decade and that's just our generation of music. And like we were like in middle school, high school, whatever, but like, or even like younger at times, but well, yeah, I mean 2000s. Like, how old was I in 2000? Like 6? But we knew all those songs, you know what I mean? Wow, that's crazy to think. Like, it got up to 16. Interesting, doesn't matter. And it was just so much fun. Taking it kind of easy today on Saturday. Chase is at like a suit fitting. He had brunch with his guy friends this morning. I kind of just needed to recover because I came back so late last night. It was like almost 3:30 in the morning when we came back, which is the longest night I've had in a very, very long time. And I only had half a drink at Maddie's apartment to play like the Kings card game. And I didn't drink any alcohol at all for the rest of the night. I got home, showered, did my whole night routine, had my vitamins, climbed into bed, read a couple pages of some books. I had been reading throughout the day on Friday in my downtime. So I do have some more updates. So I made progress on 3 books yesterday. Now I'm on page 66 of A Novel Christmas, which is 24% of the way through. I listened to Kaikeyi, or I think they're pronouncing it in the audiobook Kaikeyi, like 2 snaps, 2 syllables. I was listening to that at the gym. I did a little strength workout because I've been having some knee pain. So I'm not running. My knees are like overused and they've been burning when I use them. So I'm just gonna strengthen my legs more for now. But anyway, going to the gym is the perfect time to listen to audiobooks because the music in the background of the gym isn't that distracting. So I'm now on page 305, which is 64% of the way through Kaikeyi. Still intrigued by the story and enjoying it for the most part. I will say I don't fully understand her motivation as a character. She has one son who you learn is more powerful than the other sons. He's still young, he's like a teenager still, but like he's like a man in this time period. He's supposed to be the king and stuff. And she just has like a bad relationship with the gods. Like she is God touched in the sense that like gods can't affect her life. They can't influence her, but they seem to not like her. Like the gods don't favor her and they don't answer her prayers and stuff. So she just has beef with the gods. So the fact that this one son is kind of being favored by the gods, she has like trust issues with this kid. And he does say some like really not cool things, like anti-feminist things, very like traditional values with like men should be in charge and women shouldn't really have agency, like horrible things. So I get that aspect of her not liking him that much, even though she still loves him. But she just, I don't know, she's trying to break the bonds he has with his brothers. And I just don't fully understand why. I'm trying not to say too much to spoil things because it is intriguing, like the magic and like the things that are revealed, so I don't want to say too much. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't understand like what her beef is. Like her one son, her other son, asks her like, why do you hate the son that's supposed to be the king? And she's like, oh, I don't hate him. And I'm like, kind of seems like you do. And then she's trying to like break the bond between the two brothers. And I just truly don't understand why. Like, I think she believes the future king's son has too much influence over his brothers, and that he's been influenced by like the church guys who are influenced by these gods who like want to shit on women and don't think women have like any real rights and shouldn't be able to work and like shouldn't have, I don't know. It's just hard because I know it's supposed to be a reimagining, I think, of like an older story where Kaikeyi was the villainized character. I'm pretty sure that's what it says in the beginning, like in the author's note or whatever. Yeah, it says, told us the story of how the noble prince Rama was exiled by his jealous stepmother Kaikeyi, who was convinced to banish him by her wicked servant Manthara. That's the original. But the author's mother was like, actually, Kaikeyi helped the prince, saying that without Kaikeyi, the prince wouldn't have achieved his destiny and doing all these things. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little confused. I just really don't understand her anymore. Like, I wish it was a little more explained. And maybe it's because I'm listening to it, and I'm paying attention. I really am. But it is easier to like maybe miss a word or two that are pivotal to understanding. I don't know. But I do go back usually when I notice that I'm like a little confused. But yeah, even going back, I'm like, I still don't understand what her deal is. And it makes her hard to root for. I mean, obviously, I don't love the son with him being like a misogynistic jerk. But beyond that, I don't know. So I'm going to keep listening to it. I really want to finish it soon. My library hold on the audiobook ends in like 4 days. And then the last book I made progress on Friday was Unwrapped. I am 165 pages into that, which is 62%. And this book is only okay. So this is the one where the woman is in a relationship with her mom's boss secretly, even though he doesn't want it to be a secret. But it's just like, I don't fully understand like the point of the story. Because they're kind of together right from the beginning, and the only issue is that the mom doesn't like him, but they haven't told the mom yet, and they're just like happy and like sleeping together, but it's not that smutty. I thought it was going to be like a smutty fun time, but it's really not. A lot of the times it's like fade to black, and other times it's like explicit, but it's not to my taste personally. But it's fine. But also I'm just like kind of bored. I'm like, okay, it's Christmas. You want to spend time together for Christmas. I'm just like, I'm bored. But I'm going to force myself to finish it, hopefully today, just so I can be freaking done with it. Plus, this vlog should almost be over. The one thing I will say, with reading so many books at the same time, it's not that conducive of finishing books. It's December 14th, and I've only finished one book, I think, so far this month. And that's not really the vibe, even though I'm reading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books actively right now. So the goal for today, especially since I'm not doing anything, I'm just hanging out, is to finish some books. Wish me luck. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now. Hi, I am back to give some final updates and wrap up this vlog. I just came back from a massage because I've been very sore from my night out with Maddie and her friends. I was whipping my hair back and forth a little bit too exuberantly. Might be the best way to put it. So I've been just suffering in pain. So I got a massage. Hopefully that helps a little bit. I do feel more relaxed. But anyway, you're not here for that. And I walked past this cute little shop. It was like a Roomie Life. And they have the cute like Asian adorable stuff. And this was at the front of the window. And I was like, I need these antlers. They're freaking adorable. So now I have these. Anyway, I have to update you on how I wrapped up my reading for Saturday and then also Sunday, because today's Monday. So those days are done. Saturday, I decided to skim through the rest of Unwrapped. I don't know if I ever told you she was black in the beginning, but our female main character, she's black, and the love interest is an older guy who's white. He's the boss of her mother. He's really not that old. He's like 34 and she's like 23. So there is an age gap, but it's really not that big a deal in my opinion. It was like decent. It was decent, but I was getting kind of frustrated because the main girl, couldn't tell you her name, totally forgot. His name is Nick though, I do remember that. She just like wouldn't tell her mom that she was dating the guy. She just kept putting it off and he was getting annoyed. He's like, why are you ashamed of me? Like, what the heck? And then the mom finds out against their will in a very compromising situation, which had me laughing out loud. But the mother is just so unbearable. And this was like 50 or 60% of the way through. And then after that, it was just like the mom just berating them and like making it all about her. And she's like, now I gotta quit my job. It's like, no, you don't. And she's like, you're not gonna date him. And she's like trying to tell this grown woman what she's gonna do. And like, it was just so much about the mother. And she's just so unbearable. And the two main characters had a fight. And I was really on the side of the man. I was like, yeah, he has a right to be upset. You know, maybe he didn't handle being upset in the most mature way. But the way the author wrote the scenes when they were trying to hash it out, you could tell the author was on the side of the female main character. And I just couldn't get behind her arguments. So I was very annoyed. I was like, dude, stand up for yourself. She's being a brat. You have the right to be upset that she's dragging her feet for weeks and weeks, just like stringing you along. You know, I was low-key kind of agitated with the woman character, and then the mother was unbearable, and then her father, whenever the male main character was trying to communicate clearly to the mother, the dad would jump in and be like, don't speak to my wife that way. And it's like, okay, yeah, defend your woman, but your woman is being psychotic, and also the male main character isn't saying anything out of line. He's just speaking his truth and trying to be as clear as possible, and you're just like telling him basically to shut up over and over again because your wife is illogical. So I just skimmed through all that nonsense and gave it 2 stars, which I'm really disappointed about. Obviously, I want to rate black authors well, but I can't lie when I'm not having fun. Though, to be honest, I've been feeling pretty apathetic towards books lately. Like, I've been having a really hard time finding books that I enjoy, so the odds were against it. But I felt like I had read enough of the book to consider it read, even though I skimmed through all the bullshit, right? And then I continued on with a novel, Christmas. I got to page 81, 30%. There's like no stakes in this book. We'll get more into that for Sunday's update. Kaikeyi, I got to page 314, got to 66%, just like a little bit more read. I got to page 57 in Enticing the Scrooge, that's 63%. And then Sunday, I was reading a novel, Christmas, and I think I was getting close to the 50% mark, but there was like literally no conflict in the story, even though there should have been based on the setup, right? So this one was about the author that had to write a Christmassy book. So she travels out to Santa Claus, the city in like, I don't know, Minnesota or some like random state, very small town. And there's not a lot of black people there, but the Airbnb she's staying at is owned by like this really handsome chocolate brown black man who's also a firefighter, right? Set up for a very good story. But there's just like no interesting conflict, and it's like they're into each other and they're like kind of dating like after one day, and there's no thoughts. Like, there's one thing to like have the characters not talk about the fact that she's gonna leave at some point, like she's only gonna be there a week, but the characters aren't even thinking that. They have no thoughts of like, oh, like, how am I gonna make this work? I'm having real feelings for this person. No, it was just like, yeah, we're just going on dates, we're making marshmallows, I wanna make a snow angel, and like, she's just doing all this stuff. And I'm like, are you gonna write your book? Like, there was no thoughts of hers that were like, oh, like, I have to do these like fun, cute Christmassy things because I have all this pressure at work, and like, I'm falling for this guy, how am I gonna make it work when I leave? You know, da-da-da-da-da, does he really like me like that, or am I just the like, those kinds of thoughts up to the 50% mark were just non-existent. So it was kind of boring. It was like truly very boring to read. I'm like, I'm not here to just read like people going on boring ass dates. Like, I literally don't care. Give me something to like agonize over, or like even wonder. Like, there was no wondering, you know, no question marks, just like random dates. And the way, and the book was too long for how short it was, to be honest. Like, there was levels of detail that were just so unnecessary. Like, the author chose to describe how the woman likes her eggnog. She'd be like, it would be like a paragraph, like, oh yeah, I'm pulling the eggnog out of the fridge. I like keeping it in the fridge because of the consistency. I pour the glass and then I give it to him and then I put it back in the fridge and I like eggnog. And it was just like, I don't need that much detail on like things that aren't relevant. You know, she would be like, oh, the woman, she woke up well rested. I'm like, okay, sure. Knowing that the character woke up well rested would be relevant if you introduced an issue where she was struggling to sleep. But that was never, like, she didn't have any problems sleeping, so if she's just gonna wake up one morning, I'm just gonna assume she slept fine. You don't have to tell me that she woke up well rested. I'm like kind of heated, because there's just like random nonsense like that just like added into the, like, not even, there was just like a lot of nonsense, unnecessary detail added into the book that I just found a waste of time. Like, if it's not important, I don't need to know. I don't need to know how she likes her eggnog. I don't like, and also the characters were very repetitive in their thoughts. Like, they just kept saying like, oh, he's so sexy. And he's like, oh, I love the curl of her lip. Like, so often. I'm like, is there anything else? You know what I mean? I couldn't even read the sex scenes. I was like, I just can't do this right now. I'm just like so bored. I just don't care. So I just quickly skimmed through it. I did not count this as read because there were just literally so many pages left by the time I started skimming. And I just skimmed to like 90% to see like if any conflict started happening. And there was this whole thing of like him hiding the fact that he had another house because he lived in this bigger house with his deceased wife, but he was living in the like condo thing. Like, it was like a split house. This other house where the Airbnb was, he was like staying in the other half of her Airbnb instead of like his actual house that he had with his wife. And she found out that he had a house, but, oh, my mom's calling me. And she found out he had a house, but like he wouldn't tell her about it, and she was like agonizing over this. Hold on, I gotta answer this. Hi, Mommy.
Hey, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Okay, I'm back. Talking to my parents for a little bit. Talking about races and Mom coming up to visit me tomorrow because she's gonna be staying here for 2 days and 1 night working from my place, which will be fun. I'll probably start a new vlog soon. Anyway. So yeah, that was enough of a rant on A Novel Christmas. I skimmed to the end to see what was going on. I did not mark it as read. I just DNF'd it. Disappointing, very disappointed. I'm sorry, I didn't like that. But again, I'm struggling, okay? And then I finished Enticing the Scrooge, finally. That was only 89 pages, 100% done. It was fun. It was probably the most ridiculous Jessica Kane book that I've read. Like, truly, there were some seriously ridiculous scenes in that book. So like, if you read quite a bit of smut, maybe not something like totally, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's out there, but from just like a contemporary two humans, it was so, and not even like BDSM. It was just like, let's just say they're getting married after 1 day and he can't even wait for the preacher to leave before. And it wasn't like, you may now kiss the bride. He was like, now you may the bride. And I was like, crazy things like that, okay? So had fun there. I think I ended up rating it 3 stars though, because again, she loves Daddy Kink, and sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm chilling with it, and other times I'm like, okay, thank you for not putting Daddy Kink in it. But this one, really, really far with it, because our main character, her name's Blessing, she's an orphan, she's 18, and she's like, oh, I've finally been claimed, like somebody chose me. And she's like, has this whole vision of like a parent claiming her, and he's like, I'm not your parent, I'm your husband. But he like really goes into this role-playing thing for her, and it's all fine, but it's just a little weird, okay? And for my taste. But if you like that, this one goes pretty far with the Daddy Kink. And then I didn't read any more of Kaikeyi, and I didn't read any more of Little Liars. But that's all I have for this vlog. I hope you enjoyed spending some time with me. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to leave it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate it, and obviously it helps out my channel. And I will catch you in another video. Bye!